I'm Quincy and welcome to my tiny apartment in New York City. So right as you walk in, you're immediately in the living room. It is, as you can see, not the biggest, most luxurious place. This is Spock, he's the man of the house. So right as you walk in, you have my planning board. This is all of the things that I'm planning to do for YouTube, for everything that I'm working on. So I try to keep it right in the living room, so I'm always kind of like looking at it, I'm always kind of aware of it, and I'm always jotting things down as soon as I get an idea, so I can put it right there. I'll start with the bathroom. This is probably one of my favorite rooms of the house. They just redid this. It's definitely my favorite part of the apartment because it is the nicest. It has a nice range, shower head. Since I was like 8, I sit down in showers, not to wash or anything, but just to chill and like think about everything, think about life, ponder the universe, all of the above. The only thing I really don't like about this bathroom is that there's no counter space. The sink is nice and the mirror looks good too. The light is like way too fluorescent. Mariah Carey would not approve of this light. There's no counter space, so I had to get this little shelf from IKEA. And I don't know, it works well. There's like a little hook for clothes or whatever. And then back here also, some towels. Towel hooks. I tried to do a black accent in this bathroom because all of the fixtures are black. So I got some black towels, black and white shower curtain. Unfortunately, I have a dog, so you always see dog hair on those black towels, so I might have to switch to white. Also, one of my favorite things about this bathroom is if you're home alone, which I am most of the time, you can sit on the toilet and watch TV. I always have tennis on. So outside of the bathroom is the living room. To the right, I have a little counter height table with stools. I needed something really small because obviously, as you can tell, this space is pretty small. I'm eating dinner here usually. Actually, I usually sit on the other side. And I can watch TV. Spock is right here. Yeah, it's not bad. I went to get a framing quote in Harlem for this poster and they quoted me $300. So I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna put it up on the wall. On the poster it says brown skin, brown face, black skin, black braids. These are actually lyrics from Solange's song Almeda, which is a reference to the part of Houston where she used to live and where she grew up. And the song is really about black empowerment. Speaking of black empowerment, I have Serena and Venus on here. If you know me, then you probably already know that I am Serena and Venus's biggest fan, or I'm definitely up near the top. They mean so much to me. I draw so much inspiration from them and just think they are amazing. Can't wait to see them back on court. Over here I have a little IKEA shelf with Spock's toys, his leash, a bunch of other shit, and a nice little lantern with my Christmas candle. This is my Christmas candle. I don't know why I still have it, but I didn't finish it last year, so I didn't want to throw it out. Maybe it'll last until this Christmas. I do light it every once in a while, but it's a little bit too holiday-ish for me to be lighting in June. I have a fake plant. I have my Mariah Carey record given to me by my friend. Up here, my tennis rackets, right across from Serena and Venus. This is my new one, this is my older one. And I have a little closet over here with a shoe rack. This is where I keep all my shoes and a hat and some exercise stuff. I'm not gonna show you the rest of the closet because it's very messy. I'm someone who throws everything in the closet, but it is about that thickness. And up here, there's a little window into my bedroom because there's no other window in my bedroom. It's kind of annoying, especially for airflow, but in the summer, I'll just have an AC, probably in that window, and then I'll keep my door open. So this is my bedroom. I got these lights for the bedroom. I also have them in the kitchen. I'm not sold on them. They give a nice ambiance. They create a nice vibe. In here I have this lamp and a mirror. Conveniently placed. And I have my blanket slash tapestry. Okay, okay, get. Whoa. This is just an air purifier. I have my dresser, family, love my family. I do have a closet in here as well. Just clothes and mess. And I recently started hanging a lot of things on the wall, so I just put a nail in. And here's that window. It's definitely good because it brings some light into the bedroom if you have the door closed. Otherwise, the bedroom would totally feel like a dungeon. The sofa is from Wayfair. It's not that high quality at all. It converts into a bed, so if I have someone over, they have a place to sleep. If I have someone over who I'm not hooking up with. And then also it has like a recline setting. I got this rug really cheap off of Amazon, and I have a matching TV stand which goes with my shelf. These are from IKEA and they have little openings. I needed something that could kind of keep Spock out. This apartment is actually a 2-bedroom apartment. My roommate's room is here. He's a freeloader though. He doesn't pay rent, he doesn't pay utilities. He just kind of like lives off of me and destroys things. I was gonna mount the TV, but I decided against it just because I'm kind of lazy, even though I know I can get someone to come and do it for me. I have Philips Hue lights, which I can control and change the color to whatever. And I recently got these blackout curtains, which is how they're advertised. But they definitely do not do the job. So I had to order some more, which are actually gonna be blackout curtains. So yeah, that's the living room. Now let's go into the kitchen. I've definitely started to love my kitchen a lot more, even though it is a very small space. I've been trying to make it more homey and kind of just fun to be in, just because I'm trying to cook more to save money. So I added this shelf with some plants, which actually I need to put on the windowsill. It is a rope hanging shelf, so I put in some nails. I was supposed to screw it in, but the drill that I bought didn't work, so I just used nails and a hammer. You can watch one of my vlogs to see that process of me hanging it up if you want. This is a gas stove. I'm always a little bit worried that it's gonna blow up in my face. My cheese grater and some things hanging here. Got my knives. Dish rack. And Spock's dinner table is down here with his food below. My fridge with all my gym stuff. Probably gonna make these go to the side or something because it's gonna get annoying. I think they add a nice little ambiance to the kitchen, especially at night. It makes it very vibey, very chill, and just kind of relaxing to cook in or just to drink some wine in. I don't know. I actually found this place on Street Easy when I was living at home in my parents' house in March. It took me a couple of weeks. I was looking at a place in Brooklyn and I was looking at a place in Uptown Manhattan. It really just depended on which landlord would allow my dog in, because he is a big breed. As soon as I found this place on Street Easy, I think I was checking like every day. If you're looking for an apartment in New York, I definitely recommend Street Easy, and make sure to check no fee so that you don't have to pay a fee, because a lot of the apartments in New York require a fee that goes directly to the realtor. I found it the day that it was uploaded, immediately saw that it was pet friendly, and I contacted the realtor right away, asked some questions, and asked if I could apply. I finished the application and turned it in on Friday, and I found out, I believe, on Monday. It could have even been the next day. I can't really remember, but it was super quick. And I was so excited, I was so nervous. I was worried about a lot of things, especially bringing a dog to New York City. He has been acclimating so well, and he loves meeting all the other city dogs in the dog parks, and everybody is always like, oh, your dog is so cute, even though some people are definitely afraid of him. And he's been home alone doing well. I was really worried about leaving him in the crate when he's home alone, because he always would bark when I leave and he is locked in the crate. And eventually I just started to leave him out of the crate. I usually block out the kitchen. I pull the fridge in front of the door, just like this. I won't pull it all the way now, just because I think you get the idea. So yeah, he hasn't chewed anything up, seems to work fine. Whenever I leave, I tell him to stay on the couch, and whenever I get back, he's still on the couch. So I'm not really sure exactly what he does while I'm gone, if anything other than sleeping, because he usually seems pretty sleepy and pretty tired when I walk in the door. He kind of does his stretching, but he hasn't chewed anything up. I thought he would chew up the rug, I thought he would chew up the couch, and yeah, everything's been pretty good so far, so I'm definitely happy about that. My decision to move back to New York City, so for those who don't know, I actually lived in New York City from 2019 until February of 2021. So I moved here right before COVID hit, and I was living here when it was at its worst, when we were pretty much in our lockdown. I had started a new job and was working from my boyfriend at the time's apartment, and it was just a really hard time. In June of 2020, I got my own place, and I was working from home there, and it was just really lonely. Obviously, I didn't have Spock at the time. 8 months later, I decided, I couldn't do it anymore, and I didn't want to live in New York City. We didn't know when COVID was kind of gonna end or when things were gonna get back to normal, so I decided to leave. And I'm not mad that I left. I think at the time it was the right decision, but I kind of always knew deep down that I was gonna come back at some point. And I know for sure that I'm not gonna live in New York forever. It's definitely something that is short term and just for now when I'm young and kind of still enjoy going out and socializing and all of the nightlife. As I get closer to the end of my 20s, I'm kind of realizing that I don't love the party scene as much as I used to. I don't really love going out all the time. But don't get me wrong, I definitely love to have a good time here and there. But it's not, it's not as much as I used to. So yeah, for me, living in New York right now is kind of a pit stop on this journey. I'm not sure where I'll go next, but I'm not thinking about that now. I'm just kind of living in the moment and enjoying New York. I'll probably go somewhere with lots of fields and mountains for this one to run around in. Living in the Bronx so far has been the most rewarding experience. As soon as I told people that I was living in the Bronx, everyone was like, no, you don't want to live in the Bronx, it's not safe. It's so far from Manhattan, you're not gonna like it. And to be honest, my experience has been completely the opposite. I've been living here only about 2 months, but it is hands down one of the friendliest places that I've ever lived. People talk to you on the street, people help you out with parking. These 2 guys offered to save my parking spot while I was running to get my car. They were like, don't run, don't rush, we got you. And they didn't ask for anything in return. I meet all of my neighbors' dogs, and then I see them at the gym later on. And I don't know, it has a community vibe that I'm really enjoying and that I didn't feel in Hell's Kitchen or in West Harlem where I used to live. It's definitely something that's unique to the Bronx, and it makes it worth living here. In terms of it being safe, New York isn't the safest place right now, but it's not terrible. It's not as bad as the media is saying. And in terms of the Bronx being safe, people will always say that areas with high population of people of color are not safe. And that's just kind of the country that we live in, that's just the world that we live in. Now, my experience here hasn't felt unsafe at all. And as I was moving here, I was pretty aware that people would try to make it seem like the Bronx is not a safe place. In general, if you mind your business in the Bronx, if you're nice to people and you don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong, then you're not gonna have any problems. From what I see, it's all about community, and people actually do care about each other here. People know each other, people say hey to each other when they're walking down the street. At the corner stores, people recognize you and remember you, and that's definitely special to the Bronx. So yeah, that is my tiny apartment in New York City. I hope you all enjoyed getting a peek into my little living space with my freeloader roommate, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching.